Victoria from Fix Your Hips. Today I'm going to show you how to do a lunge properly. So a beginner's lunge if you like. Lunging is fantastic because it works all the key muscle groups that support your hip, and it's also what we call a functional exercise, meaning it's a movement that you would do throughout every day. So keep watching. I'm now going to show you how to perfect your lunge technique, and that's going to really help you get on top of that hip pain by strengthening your muscles up around that area. So I'm going to show you how to do a lunge correctly. So we're going to start at a real basic lunge, and then we can progress that a little bit as we go through. But this is a really good exercise if you have a sore hip. It works the deep muscles around your hip really well, and at the same time you're getting a really nice hip flexor stretch and also working on the stability of your tummy muscles. Now, lunging is often done wrong, and it's really important that you know how to do it properly and what to look for if you think you're doing it wrong. So a really good way to start is to actually do it in a door frame so that you can hold on with your hands. One of the key mistakes of people doing a lunge is not using support, and then as they come into a lunge they're collapsing because they haven't got the strength around their hips and their abs to do it. So we're going to start by going into a door frame, holding on with both hands, and you're going to take a step back with one of your legs. It doesn't matter which one because you're going to do both sides. Again, when you're first starting out with a lunge, don't take a step back too big. So you want a really nice small step. Make sure that your foot's not too close behind the other one, so you're not in this position. You want it about hip width apart. Okay, so then we're going to just check that we've got a nice even weight. We don't want too much weight through that front leg so you're leaning forwards, but equally we don't want too much weight in the back so you're leaning back. So nice and even, you're going to lift the heel up of your back leg, and you're going to just make sure that front leg is nice and relaxed. So before you start, you want to again check your body position. So how are your hips facing? Make sure that they're not twisted before you start, because if they're twisted, then as you do your lunge, you'll automatically be in the wrong position. So you want to use these knobbly bones again. Make sure your hips are pointing forwards. The next thing to do is just to check your back position. You don't want to be too arched or leaning backwards. So as you're in this position, nice soft ribs. So just a gentle drawing of your tummy muscles, nothing too hard, but a nice, just soft, gentle drawing of your abs. So we're pretty much ready to go now. So we're going to use support from our hands. We're not leaning, just supporting. And we're going to just drop straight down into our lunge. So as you're going down, again, this is where we can start to make mistakes. So as you come down, what we want to make sure we do is not drop that front knee or back knee in. So they've got to stay roughly in line with your feet, and the same with the back one. Another common mistake as we go down is that you drop into your hip too much, so you're leaning forwards. So again, just stay nice and straight, and you're just aiming straight down to the floor. Another problem sometimes people do is, again, if they're used to carrying children on one side, as they come down, their bodies will try and get back into that position. So you'll start to kick your hip out. So that could be either side. Make sure you keep your hips nice and sucked in as you go down. So no kicking your hip out, and just stay nice and stable. So as we're doing it, we're going to go down nice and stably, holding on, making sure everything's nice and straight. As you come back up, just gently squeeze those deep muscles in your bottom. So gently squeezing them up as you come up again. Good. And then as you go down, letting them go, coming back up again, gentle squeeze of your bottom. Now you might hear your knee a little bit grindy. Mine's doing it right now. That's normal, so don't worry about that. So try and do as many as you can. You might want to start off at just 5, see how that feels, and then progressively build up to 10, maybe 15, even 20 if you feel comfortable with that. Don't forget you've got the opposite side to do as well. Now, to make this harder, if you feel that feels quite easy, you can take a step back and you can go down again, making sure that your positioning is right. As you take that step back and you make it harder, make sure you don't lose that form up here. So as you go back, make sure you don't start to drop your hip out or drop your knees in. Now the next step from there is to drop an arm. So if we're doing it with our right foot forward, take your right hand away and see how you feel with just one arm as for support. Make sure again you keep that form, don't lose it. Make sure you stay nice and stable as you go up and down. And then once you've achieved that, you can take both hands away and then work on your lunge with no hands. Making sure again you've got control. If you feel you're losing it, put that hand back on. So you now know how to lunge properly, no more wobbly pelvises or knees rolling in. Next video, I'm going to be showing you how to add load into that lunge. So be sure to look out for that. Don't forget to like, drop a comment and hit the subscribe button.